Martha.
You're home already? I didn't expect you for another hour.
Well, I figured you could use some help.
I just fluffed those pillows. You really want to help me?
Sure.
Go back to the office for another hour.
Pretend I didn't hear that. Martha, you seem all a Twitter.
Having a congressman to dinner would make even Betty Crocker twit a bit. How long has it been since you've seen him?
Oh, the last time I saw my old buddy was homecoming week about 15 years ago.
Well, once your old buddy finds out what you're after, it could be another 15 years before you see him again.
Look, Martha, Fred's committee's in the market for a legal firm. So by throwing some food and laughs at my old buddy, I save him the trouble of shopping around.
You know, Paul, some people twist the truth, but you put a stranglehold on it.
Tell that to my partner. He's been on my back from the minute he found out Fred and I went to law school together.
Well, just the same, I don't know. I feel funny about the whole thing.
Martha, I assure you, I won't even mention the job. But if I get him to mention it, you won't object to that, will you? I mean, that won't send you screaming to the Fair Employment Practices Commission. And if we get the appointment, we're in the big time, Martha. You and I can start shopping for that little villa on the Riviera.
And Sally, too, I hope.
Sure, she can have her own wing.
Barbara and Howie?
We just ran out of rooms.
What kind of congressional committee is this?
Oh, they're pioneering an important new field. It'll be a great boon to the country with endless possibilities. It's called Resource Recovery Systems.
Oh, what's that?
I haven't the vaguest idea. I mean, I just haven't had time to brush up on it yet.
It's garbage.
Nobody asked your opinion.
That's not an opinion. It's a definition. You see, resource recovery systems have to do with the reprocessing of waste material. In other words, garbage. If you have any questions, just ask me.
My first question is, when are you leaving?
Lucky me. I haven't eaten this well in years.
Well, thank you, Congressman. But I bet you say that to all the women voters.
You're certainly the man in our class who made good. I mean, instead of just being a lawyer, you're in the position to hire lawyers.
Well, if you eat this well every night, you're the man who made good.
But thank you. Would you care for some more lobster Newburg?
Oh, please.
That's right. We mustn't have any leftovers, or we'll clog up the resource recovery system.
You know, that's about the best lobster Newburg I ever tasted.
Garbage has always been fascinating to me. Remember the school cafeteria?
This is really something else.
Well, you know, there's a little trick to making lobster Newburg.
Oh.
Instead of using dry sherry, I use Madeira.
Anyway, our firm made quite a study of lobster Newburg. I mean, government committees.
Oh, you know something?
What?
I have just got to know the ingredients to this sauce.
Oh, well, I'm sure the Galloping Gourmet will be glad to give you the recipe.
You use 6 tablespoons of butter and 1.5 cups of heavy cream and bring it to a boil.
Martha, why don't you write it out for Fred after dinner? While he and I reminisce about the past and chat about the future.
I'll be happy to.
Isn't it a strange coincidence, Paul?
It certainly is. Well, what is?
Our getting together like this, just when I'm looking for legal counsel for my committee.
You are? Well, how about that? Did you hear that, Martha?
Yes, I was sitting right here.
I was going to ask if your firm would be interested in the job.
You were? Well, I think I could get my partners to consider it. I wouldn't want to turn down my old college buddy.
Well, that's great. I'll talk it over with the other members of the committee, and I'm sure we can...
Hi, everybody.
Hi. Oh, you're back already?
The lecture was canceled.
The speaker didn't show up.
Oh, he probably got a case of freak fright.
Children, I'd like you to meet Congressman Landis. Congressman, this is our daughter Barbara.
Barbara, why don't you take this nice young man into the kitchen and give him something to eat?
And this is our son-in-law, Howard.
Congressman, hello. What kind of a lecture was it?
The subject was the road to social change, peaceful or violent.
The reason the speaker couldn't make it is he was arrested in a riot in Milwaukee last night.
Well, guess we know which road he was on. Kids, if you're hungry, there's lots of food left.
We'll wash up first.
And change into some civilian clothes over there.
Darling, why don't you and Congressman Landis go on into the living room and make yourself comfortable, and I'll bring in dessert and coffee.
Good idea.
Again, my compliments to the chef.
Oh, thank you, Congressman.
Fred, in here. I suppose you're wondering about that boy.
No. I used to have one of my own.
I doubt it. When they made this one, they found out what they were doing wrong and quit.
That was my son Willie 6 months ago.
Your son, a hippie? A real one?
From his Indian headband right down to his bare feet. He wanted to change the world without getting out of bed.
And the only reason he would get out of bed would be to lie down and meditate.
And that's my Willie today.
This is the same kid?
Put him to work for my brother.
Who's your brother, a Marine sergeant?
No, he's in the construction business.
How did you ever get a kid like that to go into the construction business?
You see, Willie's the big self-styled liberal type, willing to experience everything as long as he can do it sitting down. So I challenged him. I said before criticizing more conservative folks that he should be willing to experience hard work, 8 to 5.
And that convinced him?
That and the fact that I threatened to kick him out of the house.
Oh, the old clout. No wonder you've done so well in politics.
You know, Paul, you ought to try that psychology on your son.
Son-in-law, please. Oh, please. And that's one law I'd like to get repealed.
I'll tell you what, Paul. You talk Howie into taking a job, and I'll provide it.
Fred, in my wildest dreams, I never dared hope for anything like this. And will he actually change this radically? I mean, this conservatively?
A few weeks working with those guys, riveting, swearing, spitting, and he's become a man. You might not believe this, Paul, but his eyes water when he sees the American flag. At last, I'm proud to call him my son.
Well, it would take a miracle to make me feel that way about Howie. I wonder if there's a construction job open at Lourdes.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hi.
Well, what's all that?
Thought I'd throw a little party to celebrate Howie's first week on the job.
How nice.
Isn't it wonderful watching him march off to work with his hard hat and lunch pail? Let's be on the lookout, Martha. I want to catch the fellas in Howie's carpool and invite them in for a beer.
I get it. The congressman's son is part of Howie's carpool,
Well, a congressman's son gets thirsty, too, you know. And maybe Willie can tell me what's cooking with his dad. Oh, there they are now. Martha, why don't you whip us something to go with the, the beer?
What?
Well, I don't know, just some kind of butch snack. Howie? Oh, Howie, why don't you ask the fellas in for a drink?
How about it, guys?
Come on. Hey.
Pretty nice, huh? Hey, fellas? Fellas, this is my father-in-law. I'd like you to meet Larry, Vince, and Willie, Mr. Sims.
Call me Dad.
Hi, Dad.
Watch out for them, Mr. Sims. They're real kidders.
Oh, hi, kids. Come on in, lumber in. Belly up to the bar and hoist a few.
Thank you.
So you're Willie. I recognized you right off. You look just like your father.
Oh, I recognized you too, Mr. Sims. You sound just like my father.
I can see you're a politician's son, just how to flatter a guy. How is your father?
I don't know. I hardly ever see him.
Never even talk on the phone and chat about his current activities and such?
Well, once in a while. Hey, Howie, where's your gear?
Outside, come on.
Oh, Howie, where are you taking him?
Show him my diving equipment.
Well, I'm sure he'd rather dive into a cold beer first, right, Willie?
Wrong, Mr. Sims. I don't drink beer.
Come on, Willie.
Well, I can see he hasn't been a hard hat very long. Well, it'll be your pleasure, fellas.
Oh, give me a cola.
A cola.
None of that cola for me.
That's more like it.
I'll have one of them diet root beers.
Good, we're all out of Kool-Aid.
My old lady says she's gonna lock me out if I don't lose some weight.
Yeah, when my old lady starts with that women's lip jazz, I just tell her to button it.
Button what?
Her woman's lip.
Well, tell me, fellas, how's Howie working out up there?
Say, he's a pretty smart guy.
Oh, I suppose he is, but his head's in the clouds. I mean, I'm glad he's working alongside such down-to-earth fellas.
What down to earth? We're working on the 18th floor.
Oh, Vince here's a comedian in the crew. Pretty sharp, huh?
Especially around the elbows. Willie, how's my old law school buddy these days?
I never went to law school.
Oh, I mean your father. We'll be working together soon. I suppose he told you that.
Oh, he did mention something about that.
Really? What did he say?
Let me see now. What did he say?
Hey, come on, guys. We gotta get going.
Wait. Willie's trying to remember something. What were you saying?
I can't keep the fellas waiting, Mr. Sims. Besides, I really don't remember what he said. Probably because I wasn't listening. That happens a lot. We'll see you.
But you just got here, and my wife's going to bring out some goodies. Martha, where are those dang goodies? How about another cola?
No, I really couldn't risk it. I'm driving.
I hope you're hungry, Martha. They've gone.
Well, did you get to talk to Willie?
Oh, I asked him a couple of questions, but I still think they're in Memeo. I should have my answer in a week or two.
Paul, aren't you exaggerating this job out of all proportions? You're like a teenage girl waiting to be asked to the prom.
Oh, Martha, that's ridiculous. But if he thinks I have nothing better to do than sit around and wait for him.
Paul, I'm sure he's going to ask you. And he'll probably bring you a lovely corsage.
You're skating on thin ice, Martha.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah.
Just got some news. Our whole crew's being transferred for 3 weeks to a job in Fresno.
Fresno? Oh, it's lovely there. It's unhurried, it's rustic.
And it's far.
I hope you don't mind.
Mind? I haven't heard such good news since Three Dog Night got distemper. Sally told me that one.
Hello, Paul. Did you hear from Fred?
No, Martha, I have not heard from the Congressman. If he doesn't want to use us as his lawyers, it's his loss. I don't even care anymore. Yes?
Congressman Lynde is on one.
Well, Martha's on. Get off. Hello, Fred?
Hello, Paul.
Well, what's new?
Oh, not a heck of a lot, although I'm a busy man, busy.
I know. Same here, but always time for more work, more clients.
You had a letter from Willie this morning. Oh, our boys are really hitting it off. I understand they're due back any day now. And, Paul, if that job is done for Howie what it's done for Willie, you just might find a brand new boy when you get home.
It can't be new enough for me. Say, speaking about what's new, Fred, is there anything sort of new with anything connected with anything you've been sort of mulling over that you'd sort of like to bring to my attention?
What?
Forget it.
Oh, incidentally, Paul, about your being our legal counsel? Well, the appointment is yours, all yours.
Fred, I can't tell you how delighted I am.
Yeah, there's just one hitch.
There's one hitch?
There's a loyalty oath that goes with the job, but you don't object to signing a loyalty oath.
Heck no, if I get this job, I'll sign a disloyalty oath.
Well, listen, I'll put it in the mail, and just as soon as you sign it and send it back, the appointment will be official.
Well, I could just as easily drop over myself for the papers, Fred, just to speed up things.
Well, I've got a better idea. I'm going to be driving to Sacramento, and I go right by your house. If somebody will be there, I'll drop it off.
Congressman, there'll be an eager chap on the front porch with a pen and a toothy smile. And I won't be Liberace signing autographs. Hello. Martha? Hey, Martha!
You're home early? I just finished shopping.
Did you buy any champagne?
No, just greens, a bottle of salad oil.
Crack it open and we'll drink a toast.
You got the appointment.
Almost. Let's drop over something for me to sign. And after that, you'll be married to the legal counsel for the Committee on Resource Recovery Systems. Oh, no. When did the scrambled egghead come back?
Probably while I was out.
I told you to change the locks. But I really am curious to see what he looks like after 3 weeks in Fresno.
Paul, what is it? Martini?
Bang, bang, bang.
Kill the vermouth, right?
What happened to Dad?
It looks like he got a shock.
Hi, Mrs. Sims.
Make that a shock for two. Is that you in there, Willie?
What did you do to yourself? You were such a nice, clean-cut, looking, wholesome...
Darling, give him a chance to answer.
Who wants an answer?
What you saw come on wasn't the real me, Mr. Sims. That's the image my father dug for me. Well, I tried it on for his sake, but it was a mistake.
How can your father make a mistake? He's a congressman.
Yeah, that's where he's at. But look, a person's got to be himself. What came down on me is that you can't live a lie. And I've got Howie to thank for making me see that.
Oh, Howie loves horror movies.
Willie, what does your father think about this?
Well, he doesn't know yet. I'll lay it on him when I see him, but I doubt if he'll dig it.
Oh, no. Look, you boys are on your way out. We'll discuss this at another time.
Well, wait, we were worried about you. You look sick.
You want to cure me? Go. Just drop in any time, Willie. It's always nice to see a new face.
Oh, my hat. I left it somewhere.
Oh, I think I saw it at the dinner.
Oh, it's him. The congressman just drove up. You'll do better by going out the back way. It's a shortcut.
To where?
Who cares?
He's weird, but you'll learn to like him.
Paul, Willie's guitar.
Oh, good grief.
Here.
I'll get it to him before he comes back for it.
Go on. Hello, Congressman Landis. Come on in. It's nice to see you again.
My thought it was a pleasure.
Paul will be back in a moment. Can I get you a drink?
I have a long-standing rule never to take a drink before 6 o'clock.
Oh, I'm sorry. I left my guitar. Dad.
Willie? I'll take a drink. It must be 6 o'clock somewhere.
Oh, may I have my guitar, please?
Where would you like it?
Paul.
Fred. Oh, save some of that for me.
Look, Dad, I know you must be feeling like put down, but I had to do it. As Howie says, you can't live a lie.
I don't think this is the place to talk about it.
Okay, but I've got to tell you that I'm quitting the construction job and I'm going back to leathercraft.
Oh, you passed beads?
He had to take the course twice.
Look, Dad, it's like, you know, you can't fight karma.
Don't you give me that karma stuff.
Even on top of a building, my karma came up to meet me. It was a heavy trip, Dad. I don't know if I can put it into words, but up there, alone with my karma, I felt that if I turned to the left, karma. If I turned to the right, karma.
Hold it. Okay, son. Now, look, you played fair. You took the job on. Now you can go your own way. All I ask in return for your quitting is that... Gee. All I ask is that you never use the word karma again.
You think we'll ever find a wrapping ground, Dad?
Well, that's what you really want, Willie. If I can ever figure out what that is. A man must be able to bend with the wind. I like to think I can.
Come on, Willie, let's go.
Yeah, we'll see you.
See you, boys.
Bye, Willie.
Bye.
Ed, now you see the kind of son-in-law I'm stuck with. To take a great kid like Willie and lead him astray.
Howie didn't lead him astray. Now, I don't want to interfere, but Congressman, don't you think it's wrong to force a boy into a mold he doesn't fit?
Martha, if you don't want to interfere, don't interfere.
I never thought of it in terms of forcing him into a mold.
Of course you did. What's the matter with you, Martha?
But you may be right.
Oh, when Martha's right, she's right.
Maybe I was trying to make him lead my kind of life instead of his own. I should have realized that a person can't live a lie.
My son-in-law said that. Well, I suppose you're anxious to get out of here, so if you'll just give me the paper, I'll sign it.
Paper? Oh, yes, of course. Paul, politics has taught me a lot. And the main thing it's taught me is the necessity of being big. History is full of big men, and big men admit their mistakes.
Oh, that's so true and so well put. Where do I sign?
No, hear me out, Paul, please. This isn't easy for me to say. I'm afraid that I have made a mistake. As a conscientious politician, as a representative of little people who trust me, can I throw a job to a friend instead of seeking out the most qualified person?
Well, why not? just for the heck of it.
You see, if I choose you, it would be a gesture of friendship. And like Howie said, that would be living a lie.
No. Just a little fib.
Try to understand, Paul.
I'll try. I'll talk to myself, but I doubt if I can get me to listen.
Bye-bye, Paul. Thanks for the drink, Martha.
Anytime, Congressman.
Bye, Fred.
Now, darling, I know what you're thinking, but please, don't be mad at Howie.
No, don't worry, Martha. I will not hold a grudge. I'll just forgive and forget. I'll pretend it never happened.
Good.
That way they can't pin the murder on me.
You see, it was Vince's job as part of our construction crew to chalk up a number on each floor as we finished it. But he wanted to skip from 12 to 14.
You mean there are still people who think 13 is unlucky?
Oh, the whole crew did. But after I convinced them there was just a superstitious hangover from the Dark Ages, they agreed to let Vince chalk up number 13.
Well, I hope they appreciated what you were teaching them.
Oh, they did. But that afternoon, our foreman tripped on a loose plank and broke his ankle, so I got fired.
That's too bad Howie lost the job, dear. But it was very decent of you to let him work out with his weights again.
The Paul Lynde Show was filmed before a live audience.